Good morning, it's Jonathan Barrett with this morning's debrief. It's Wednesday, March the 7th. A bit of a flat night last night for the equity markets, although very strong in Europe. The US, just a few little jitters there concerning what's happening in Greece. Overall, also we had FOMC minutes basically saying that the unemployment situation is underpinning the growth there. So quite interesting on that front. Of the major moves last night, I guess gold continued to trade higher. Aussie dollar was certainly a good benefactor of yesterday's movement by the RBA. Interest rates up to 4.25%. That Aussie is certainly knocking on that 93 level. But that's probably about it in terms of the major news last night. Let's just have a look at just a little bit of a wrap up of the night's events. So just hang on. Okay, here we go. Just looking at Bloomberg, nice and easy for us. And you can see in the Americas, the market was pretty flat. And just coming up there, market was pretty flat there. It was only up a couple of points, and it was actually down about 3 points. The S&P was actually just a little bit difficulty trying to get the close there. Anyway, the Dow was down 3 points. Okay, I've got a bit of a problem now. I don't know why, but anyway, the Dow was down 3 points. Major news last night, I guess, as you can see, oil surged to its highest level in 17 months. And let me just refresh that, because that does look as if that was the other day. And looks a bit skewy there, what's happening. Anyway, we'll cancel that, and we'll run through some of the other markets, because really that just didn't make sense at all. Okay, as we mentioned, the Dow was down a little bit. Equity markets flat. Markets in Europe were a little bit better bid. We'll just try that again if we can. Market in Europe were a little bit better bid, which was quite positive. They obviously had their first day's trading back after Easter, and we saw the Stoke was up, the DAC and the CAC were all up good amounts, and I would like to get that up, but we've still got a little bit of difficulty there, so we will pass on that. Looking at some of the other markets there, particularly for the crude, as you can see, crude market at 86.76, and that's still maintaining this trend here, which we're seeing. And when you look at it from just a clear hourly perspective, you can see that it is maintaining the highs, and I wouldn't be surprised if we actually see it tickle up a little bit again. So if you are long, I think you can comfortably add on the break through that 86 or 87 level. So I think that's not a bad one at all. Having a look at the primary move, another primary input with copper. Copper just off its highs last night, but still looking quite good in terms of it. As you can see, copper always has that little bit of a run and then just sits there and does nothing. There's the movement there. Same thing again. This is a market that still wants to trend higher. So, I think you can add through that breakthrough 365 if need be. But I do like it. All the indicators still point to a market that's ready to do something. Interesting on the dollar, though. Dollar index at the moment came back a little bit just on the hourly. And let's just, that's actually the daily chart. Let's just try and get an hourly in here. Okay, that is the daily, but just have a look at the hourly here, because I think that does present us with a little bit of trade. The US dollar looking to become a little bit weaker here, and as you can see, that hourly there, if it breaks through that trend, probably expect it lower. When you look at the daily charts for the dollar index, same sort of thing. They look quite weak, and would not be surprised to see that trade a little bit lower. You can certainly see this by looking at the euro. The euro's at 134 at the moment, and although that's the daily, it's looking quite all toppy, but I wouldn't say it's really toppy. But look at that hourly. I think the hourly there suggests that you can have a look at it. You can have a stop down at 133.30, no problems. A little bit of a day trade, but I do like that. So I think the US dollar perhaps a little bit weaker across the board, and that could provide us with a little bit of opportunity. As mentioned, we have been long the Aussie for some time, and there's that little move there just towards the close. Still looks quite strong. 92.80, that's where it looks on the hourly, and expectations, I think, probably you'd have to be quite supportive. There it is there. Looking like it has broken out through the top side there, and as you can see that if we just move that around a little bit, you can see that we've broken through some of those highs, and we just want to see that to maintain. The next area for it to attack, obviously we're up through that 94 area, and let's see if it gets there, and then if it breaks there, onwards and upwards. But we still are long Aussie there and like the trade. Just having a look at the local markets on the equities. Equity market at the moment, as you can see, we've been willing to break through that new high. It does look like we could get close to it. Let's really see what happens in terms of Europe, in terms of the Greek situation, because that's starting to come up again. And let's see what happens there, because you know, the market does look set for a trend, but it does make me a little bit nervous when I see areas of some sort of divergence here. But it just could be a signal that the market will start to trade higher. So happy to stay with it. On some of the softs, just looking at wheat, really not a lot there, but I do like the fact that we are trying desperately to find a little bit of a low, and it does look as if we are getting close to it. So, you know, I would like to think that, you know, that if you want to have a look at it, have a look at it, and you have a very small position, because it could be a good trade. We have been looking for a low there for some time. Okay, on the economic side, what sort of numbers have we got out of the next? In Australia, we've got the foreign reserves. Let's see what happens there. The most important ones, I think, in the Eurozone, GDP, PPI, and PMI, all very important. Factory orders in Germany, Department of Energy, crude data, which will be very important as well. Consumer credit, we want to see that actually continue to be supportive there, because that will give us or reinforce good signs of recovery there. So really, that's about a bit of a wrap for the morning. What trades are we looking at the moment? And we're still long the Aussie, and long from some good levels there, and expecting it to trade through that 93 sometime today. We're long gold, long copper, and long euro as well. That euro we actually put that trade on this morning. So let's see how that all goes. Feel free to have a look at the tweets when they come out. But that's about it from me today. I hope everyone does have a good day. And we'll try and talk to you tomorrow. But I think the markets are showing good signs of recovery. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.